Hey everybody, happy Sunday and welcome to this week's layout update. I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of work in film here and there, but let me show you what I've been working on here. I guess I should have shut this first, but all right, so what I'm doing here is I got my track for the what's going to be the Virginia main line kind of set up here. I need to straighten out this flex track and get everything all on center. But this is one of the turnouts that my friend Scott made and sent to me for Christmas. So I'm going to install this there. And the turnout to the right will go to probably another grain facility where I got this Walther's kit just sitting there. And the grain facility on this side of the railroad will connect to the grain facility over there on the belt line. And there'll be some sort of a conveyor superstructure thing crossing all the main lines there. I think it'll look pretty cool. I need to put in the road bed for this track here where the green is at. This is a 48-inch radius curve, so there should not be any issues with any locomotive of any size or any crane or any cars or anything coming through here. Given that a long train will still be on the grade coming down. This will be a manual switch as well. So, and then over on this side, I kind of got this mocked up a little bit with some road bed and another turnout. So the turnout to the left will go to the coal mines up there, going straight on the normal section, following the road bed will come around. And where you see that drill, it'll pop into a tunnel. I'm going to try to get this section here either mocked up or maybe built this week and ready for some scenery. I'm going to install the road bed here in just a minute and then bring you back and show you that. I can only work to where the brown and the green foam come together because I still have to paint the green foam, of course. But I've decided that the turnout here and the track going to the bridge by the level there will have road bed on this side, and then the bridge will be on a slight downgrade. So the track on this side of the bridge will be about a 1/4 inch higher than the track on this side, and I'm not going to have any road bed on this side at all. It'll just be all track laid down on the foam itself, and therefore that is the reason that the bridge will be on a slight grade. I think it'll work out all right. It shouldn't be any big deal, but I mean, road bed's really hard to come by right now, and it's really expensive. And given that this is all, you know, basically yard trackage and not mainline, I don't really think I need it. It's kind of like the big yard over there, Henthorn yard that I'm building. It's all going to be directly on the foam. That'll save me tons of money, and it's going to look just fine. But all this stuff here still has to be secured. I need to glue and nail the plywood down. I need to glue the 2-inch foam down. I'll work on that this week. Come around over here. There is a support bracket that I need to put in underneath of this curved section of foam, and a couple other pieces of support, couple more support pieces that will go underneath of there. I did pick up some 24-inch radius snap track. This curve is going to be 24-inch. It does not need to be anything wider than that. It's just going through this little tiny diamond mine over here. And I found some number 4 switches. I got a whole bunch of these right-handed. So this one here is going to come off here. It'll kind of go up straight here, maybe a foot, maybe 2, and then maybe have a little freight house there or something like that for some boxcar traffic, or to shove a caboose up in there when you're building your train to keep it out of the way. Over here, I have another right-hand number 4 that will come off and go to these 2 tracks. Be 18-inch radius on this side, 24 on this side, probably 9-inch, you know, going through underneath of the mine itself. And then you can see where this track here will run along the wall till it gets about, I was going to take it all the way up to that weird little notch in the wall. Whatever they built that, I don't know. But I don't think I can go that far because I slapped some foam in there that a long time ago that is not flat to fill the gap. And this other track here, when you come around, it'll probably stop maybe maybe another foot past that. So, I mean, you can get maybe 10 cars on each track. Well, I mean, 10 cars on that track, and then probably 20 or more on the left-hand track. So you can put together a pretty good sized train and stage it to come out of this area. Once again, the bigger mine here will have 3 tracks, and each one will probably be about 6 feet long. So you're going to have quite a number of cars that you can, pull out of that. So I'm envisioning 2 mine runs, one to Hudson 1 and the second one over to Hudson 2, each one being anywhere from probably around 25 cars each. So I can run a train out and then bring another train back in and spot empties, and then the locomotive and crew can go grab loads from the other one as well. We'll see how that works out as I go through and figure out the scenery divider, mountain type structure that I have to build here. It's kind of very rudimentary right now, but you got to have an imagination, and I got a whole lot of imagination. Not a whole lot of money, but I got a whole lot of imagination. But we'll see about this here here in a little bit, in the next couple weeks, I guess. But like I said last week, I really want that big wow factor when people come in, so I need to do this right and make sure it looks good. Now, all this stuff here should be getting gone here in the next couple of months. It'll all go into the garage, and I got all the tile out of the garage, and then this whole section of the floor is going to be tile. So I'll take you in the kitchen real quick. Here's them guys. So you can see the tile that we've put in here in the kitchen, and the kitchen's looking really good. So I'm gonna have some more time to work on trains, and all the big stuff in here is done. It's just little stuff now. A lot of trim work and a little bit of tile work for the backsplash, but for the most part, it's done, minus the grout. And this little corner over here I still got to do, but that's tomorrow's project. But when you come in, it's going to have matching tile. As soon as you come in, I repair all this stuff here, and then it'll be tile all up on this area. And I know this ain't model train related, but I want this part to be tiled and ready to go and looking good, so that when I have the open house, at least this part of the floor looks good, because the other part of the floor looks like crap, and there's nothing I can do about that, because the carpet that I want to put in there is a little expensive, and money's tight right now. Oh. Now let's show you my other little project that I'm working on, which will help make drawing these curves out on these weird places a lot better. So I went ahead and made a template here, and I think you can see the blue lines. So the outside blue line is a 44-inch radius curve. The other blue line is a 42-inch. I will cut that out with one of my saws and then sand it smooth, and then I'll have a template for both of the curve radiuses that I will need to draw out on the layout here in the future. So I'll probably work on that here in a couple of days, get that all finished up, and that will also help me on this new section of the track that I'm building. Plus, the peninsula extension, which will have a second level above that, it will help me to do that as well. So I've talked for about 8 minutes. Let me get some work done, and I'll bring you back and show you what I'm doing. All right, so what I've done is I've redrawn the center line down this court, because I couldn't see it. And I've extended it onto this side here, as you can see. And I've kind of roughed out my curve. It's going to be like an elongated S curve. And I've taken it over to the border of the green and the brown foam. So what I'll do is I'll mark that with my marker, and then I will come back and drop in some glue. And what I do is I just take wood glue. That's my favorite. And I'll put a bead down and just put the cork on top of it. The wood glue secures it good enough that it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to move. It's not going to come loose. But if I decide to change the track plan in the future, and I've done this a couple of times, I can pull the stuff up. Now, it takes sometimes it'll pull some of the foam up, but most of the time it's not enough to make any difference. I can trim it off with a sharp knife and reuse the cork if I can, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the foam. And then when you put scenery on it, you can't tell anyway. So I'll glue this stuff here down and show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, so I got some of this stuff mocked up here. I got all the road bed down there glued in place, and this is what it would look like with the number 6 switch on this end of the gate be the right side of the gate as you walk in. And you see it's fairly straight, looking pretty decent. This turnout will go to, like I said, another like grain complex over here. That's part of that grain complex there. And this is a 48-inch radius curve, so I don't see any issues with the curvature coming into, immediately coming into a turnout here, or a switch, whatever you want to call it. I still need to cut this, and I hope I do it before I forget, because I'll walk through this gate and tear it all up, but I'll cut it here and here to make it match. This piece will be soldered to this switch right here, and I'll probably do a power drop right here as well. I'm not going to worry about mocking up the grain elevator track, for a while, because I got to buy the kits, build them, put them in place, and figure out how I want the industry to be serviced. But I will start working on putting the road bed down, and I don't have road bed from McClellan Avenue all the way over here, so I got about 16 feet of road bed to put down, and I've only got 3 pieces sitting over there, so I need to go buy some more if I can find some, and work on that here this week. Not a lot's been going on this week, and I had planned on making a video about this industry, this warehouse that my friend Scott built right there. He sent me all the particulars, all the information on it, how many man hours it took, and I was going to incorporate that into this video, but I think I'm going to make it a separate video and put it out later this week along with the Coal Run Junction Freight House video. Probably be a couple days before. Maybe I'll do a Wednesday, Friday video this week. And as you can see on this side, I think the curve around the elongated S-curve looks pretty good. I'm gonna start working on this this section here from that rock back as well to basically fill up this area here. And my vision is it'll be probably maybe 6 inches tall. So it's coming off here, it's probably about 3.5 inches and work its way up to 6 inches. And then from here, I'll go from 6 inches to probably a little bit steeper angle and go up and around and start creating the ridge line and all that. I have the Walthers center section support abutment, or whatever you want to call it, for the bridge. I've disassembled it from the sprues and started sanding it. I'll start gluing that together probably later this week after I figure out the elevation of the right side compared to the left side, and get the angle right, and cut the abutment to length. I could probably just build it all the way to length and just hollow out the foam as well. So maybe I'll put it together and we'll figure it out from there. I got 2 of them in the kit, so if I screw it up, I got another one, so it don't matter. But I'm trying to think of what I got to talk about. I got one other thing I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to call it quits for the night. Now, I went ahead and cut this real quick so I wouldn't forget and open it up and tear it up. It should work out pretty good. Let's go ahead and find out. Oh, plenty of clearance going in there. Now, these wheels that I put down here are just some I had on hand. I'm going to take those off, and this thing would just not even touch the floor whatsoever. So hopefully in the future that won't be an issue. We'll find out, though. All right, so this has been the sleeper project as of late. Trying to figure out what to do with it here. Bring it over here so you can see a little bit better light. Now, I got this locomotive for free. It was given to me because it was a piece of junk and didn't run. And I brought it home, did some work to it, and it runs pretty decent now. What I've done is stripped the paint off, painted it Virginian and Ohio, gave it that 203 number. Alan had one that was 203, and I was literally just lazy and didn't feel like taking the numbers apart and putting a third one on there and making it like a 205 or something. So I just left 203 because it was all together. So, but I painted the fuel tank black. I added a brass precision scale bell. I painted the stack silver. I've got some spark arresters coming for it, and I painted it silver because it gets hot, right? Because it's the exhaust and all the paint come off of it, so that's why they're silver and everything. I painted the grill and the grill on top black. I haven't done any weathering other than a a little bit on the trucks, but it doesn't look very good. I was having some issues with my paint. And I did the couplers and added, you can see the brake line on there. This is 100% pure DC. It has the old motor in it that has the steel flywheels, not the brass flywheels. And I'm not going to worry about converting it to a DCC, but I'll probably sell it. It's a pretty decent model. It's 99% complete. I got a couple other things to do to it, and everything. I'm gonna take the truck sides off and paint the wheels. And I have a little window in the back here missing, right there on the access door to the cab. And a lot of these smaller switchers did not have MU cables, but I may put a couple on there just for fun and to make it look a little better. Weathered up a little bit, and I'm gonna put it up for sale. It's an older model, but I've done a lot of work to it. I think it looks really good, and it's really one of a kind. So I'm probably going to say like $50. That includes shipping and handling and all that stuff. So if you're interested in it, send me an email at hoscalemodeltrains2022@gmail.com. Leave me a comment or something like that, and we'll discuss it. If you want to make me an offer on it, if you think that's too high, that's fine. Make me an offer, but it's not going to stay part of the collection. We'll do a couple more things to it. It's going to be in a whole lot of photos, and that'll probably be it. But that's the sleeper project that I've been kind of just working on here and there, not really putting a whole lot of effort into it, but just every now and then, you know, I knew something was wrong. Just every now and then coming out here working on it for 5 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Give you a close up of this building again. This is 100% scratch built, and I'm gonna do probably 6, 7, maybe a 10-minute video on this later on this week. I've had a real bad week. My dog died the other day, and we're really kind of tore up about it. He was fine last Saturday, and then Sunday he was lethargic, and then Monday morning he just died. So he was almost 11 years old. He was a Great Dane. He lived way past his life expectancy, and we miss him. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I want to cry. Oh, I got something in my eyes. Goodness. So if you like this video, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, because my videos have been really sporadic lately, and I have surgery coming up, so you never know when something's going to come out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go check out Home Shops and get your own V&O coil car or your custom fantasy coil car. Come back here in a few days, see what I talk about next. Thank you for watching.